What is good, people? It's Wodzubeats here. In this video I'm going to show you a brand new vocal processing plugin from Waves, which just has been released, and the plugin is Silk Vocals. So here it is. It looks super simple, 3 main knobs, a fader and another little knob. What this plugin is, it's a pretty compact channel strip for a single vocal take. You put it on a vocal and you can do all the EQing, compression, as well as gating on a single track. So actually, Silk Vocal reminds me of other plugin that I'm using, which is Isotope Nectar. It doesn't look same as complicated, but actually it may be a good thing, because all the EQing that's happening here is intelligent. It's going to listen to the source and it's going to apply all the EQ changes accordingly to what the plugin is hearing. Anyway, here is a session I have. This is a track of mine with the beat that a producer from Scotland made. He's actually a Polish guy living in Scotland, so shout out to Own Dialect. And this is just my attempt on his beat. Here is the chorus.
Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz. Wieje wiatr tu do taktu, także czapki lecą z głów. Ja letni vibik mam, ten mój chillerski stan. Na A1 cisnę setę prosto z Krakowa. Nie bądź ho.
Those vocal tracks are raw. There is nothing done to them except the auto-tune. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use Silk Vocals exclusively to mix all of those vocals on the chorus. Let's see how it does the job. Let's name the tracks first. This is the main vocal. This is the right vocal. This is the left vocal. Actually, this is the left vocal. This is the right vocal, to be exact. And this is a high-pitched vocal. And it sounds like that.
Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz.
I know, I can't really sing that well, but that's why I got auto-tune. And those are ad-libs, but we probably won't be using them in this example. Okay, let's solo the main vocal, so we hear only this take.
Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz. Wieje wiatr tu do taktu, także czapki lecą z głów. Ja
The vocal itself sounds really nice because it was recorded on Neumann TLM 103, but let's insert Silk Vocals in the mono version. There's also a live version, as you can see, with minimal latency, so you can use it in a live appliance. All right, so here is Silk Vocals. Let's hear how it sounds like on a default preset.
Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz. Wieje wiatr tu do taktu, także czapki lecą z głów. Ja letni vibik mam, ten mój chillerski stan. Na A1 cisnę setę prosto z Krakowa.
Okay, so right out of the box, it controlled the vocal somehow, not perfectly, but this is the default preset. The intelligent EQ is taking care of all of those lower frequencies right here, as well as of the middle and of the higher frequencies. So what this is, it's an intelligent subtractive EQ that is going to take care of those muddy low frequencies. It's going to take care of the most important spectrum in your vocal, which is the mid-range, and all the higher frequencies. So it's also a de-esser, which should intelligently, precisely aim for all of those sibilants, which can be really, really annoying, especially if I'm working on a vocal that I got from someone recorded at home. The microphones people use aren't always the best. Sometimes there are so many resonant frequencies in the high end that I'm spending like 10 minutes exclusively looking for those bad frequencies. All right, so let's try to tweak the sound according to my taste. And let's start from the low end.
Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz. Wieje wiatr tu do taktu, także czapki lecą z głów. Ja letni vibik mam, ten mój chillerski stan. Na A1 cisnę setę prosto z Krakowa.
Okay, I think I got the sweet spot. What I can also do is I can listen exclusively to the lower range.
Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz.
That's a really good feature because it lets you listen to the exact frequency window in your mix. And it also helps your ears to develop a higher sensitivity for this specific part of the spectrum. Because if you are hearing the full spectrum from low end to high end, you can miss some things. And when you focus on a specific part, you can be much more precise. All right, let's go to the mid-range.
Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz. Wieje wiatr tu do taktu, także czapki lecą z głów. Ja letni vibik mam, ten mój chillerski stan. Na A1 cisnę setę prosto z Krakowa.
Okay, I think around 50 is great. As you could see right now, I wasn't using the solo button here. That's because this is mid-range. This is like the most important part of the spectrum in my opinion. And I want to hear a full context of what I'm doing. Afterwards, I can always check it with the solo button. And now the high end. The high end has always something you want to control because of the sibilance or because of the resonance.
Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz. Wieje wiatr tu do taktu, także czapki lecą z głów. Ja letni vibik mam, ten mój chillerski stan. Na A1 cisnę setę prosto z Krakowa. Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz. Wieje wiatr tu do taktu, także czapki...
Alright, now I think I could reduce the low end a little more since we've already taken care of the mid-range and of the high end. So let's move it higher.
Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz. Wieje wiatr tu do taktu, także czapki lecą z głów. Ja letni vibik mam, ten mój chillerski stan. Na A1...
Alright, sounds pretty good. Let's turn off the plugin and let's listen to raw, unprocessed signal.
Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz. Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz.
And right now we can hear how much of a change the plugin did. Here you can see this triangle delta button and you can click it to listen to the reduced signal.
Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz. Wieje wiatr tu do taktu.
And as you could hear, this is the low end, a little bit of the mid-range, and a lot of those sibilants. So this plugin is a great de-esser and it works really nice. As we are talking about the de-essing, by default, the plugin is set to be a de-esser in this higher spectrum, but you can change it to be just a reductor. So it's going to reduce the frequencies above 4K rather than take care of the sibilants.
Wrzuć trochę na luz. Wieje wiatr tu do taktu.
As you could hear, as it works as a de-esser, it's really precise. It only takes out those S's, Z's, and all other sibilants. But when it's in the second mode, it kind of works as a dynamic high shelf filter. This was the EQ part. Here on the right, we also have the dynamic part, which is just a compressor. And here we can reduce the dynamic range of our signal. And here we have the dynamic section. It is just a really simple, fast vocal compressor, which you can turn on and start reducing your vocal take.
Na A1 cisnę setę prosto z Krakowa. Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz. Wieje wiatr tu do taktu, także czapki lecą z głów.
As you could hear, the signal got louder. If you want to avoid that, you can use this button right here and use it as a slider. Just look.
Na A1 cisnę setę prosto z Krakowa. Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz.
The signal got compressed, but it also got reduced on the output. So we've got a much more compressed vocal, but it's not as loud. And for a simple use of this plugin, that would be it. We're taking care of the frequencies, we've reduced the dynamic range with the compressor, and that's really it. But we also have a few extra features, which are right here. The first one is high pass filter. Cuts everything below 60 Hz. So all the muddy, unwanted frequencies from your vocal take are going extinct. The second thing is you can adjust the speed and the precision of the vocal equalizer. We have the gate, so we can take out some unwanted sounds between the vocal takes, and the mix knob, so we can blend the original signal with the compressed signal. So for example, if we compress a lot in this plugin, we can blend the compressed vocal signal with some uncompressed vocal signal, the raw signal, and it will give you a little bit more dynamic kind of feeling, but still with enough compression to make the vocal beefy, to make the vocal in control. Okay, let's close the plugin and let's copy those settings to the other vocal takes with the same vocal style. Okay, let's listen to all of the vocals.
Nie bądź ho-ho, no i wrzuć trochę na luz. Wieje wiatr tu do taktu, także czapki lecą z głów. Ja letni vibik mam, ten mój chillerski stan. Na A1 cisnę setę prosto z Krakowa.
To be honest with you guys, I've always avoided simple plugins like that. A few years ago, if I would see that kind of an interface with those intelligent EQs and the simple compressor where I can't really tweak the attack, the release, anything, I would be like, is it a professional tool? But eventually I was trying out new plugins, simpler plugins that claimed to be intelligent, and in a lot of the cases they really are. So you don't really need to make all of those changes, you don't have to work that much to achieve the same results you would achieve with traditional plugins, traditional EQs. And of course, it's taking out a part of the process, but if the result is comparable or it's as good as it would be in a more professional plugin, then I have nothing to say. This plugin does its job. And only during this Black Friday weekend, this plugin is absolutely so you can get a free copy, and if you are struggling with your vocal production, you can just apply it as I was applying it in the video, so you can use it as a tutorial, and your vocals will be fine. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out all the Black Friday deals in the description down below. My name is Dominik, you've been watching Wodzubeats, and keep the good vibes alive.